I have found that if I drink quite a lot of Pepsi, of just like the regular, the Max or the regular, it gets a bit of like a salty taste to it after perhaps like three
Are
glasses of it.
you salty?
Salty bitch.
Run away!
But
Salty?
anyway,
I would say sugary, but sure.
Phasmophobia.
Salty.
I was playing with Lady Dragon Fury. I actually quite enjoyed it. It's
Dun dun dun!
I know, and I look forward to playing a bit more. We'll get some crossover YouTubing going, but
My God.
it was. I managed to. I perhaps broke the spell a bit when I was telling her afterwards my thoughts of it. It's basically, I said, well, it's like troubleshooting a computer problem. It is just a troubleshooting game. You've got a variety of tools at your disposal. You wander into these houses, um, and you can use your temperature sensor or the FM radio or the camera, and depending on what type of ghostie you've got, it reacts to certain different things, and you basically just wander about, perform various tests, and just narrow it down to identify what particular type of ghostie it is. And then once you've identified it, you can either bugger off and get a bit of money, or you can hang around and try and exercise it or something like that and get more money but potentially die. And
It's all
Lady,
about getting its lats and its glutes up. You've got to exercise it well.
yeah, I mean Lady Dragon Fury didn't want to really hang around and do much exercising because it was her gear at stake. Because it's got an element of risk to it that,
Persistent. It's got persistent gear then, has it?
yeah, you die, you lose everything there. But I enjoyed it. It was actually quite scary. It does rely on good communications, to which Lady Dragon Fury wasn't always the best at, because she'd say, right, go in this room. I'll wait in the van whilst I detect these things on the van equipment. I'd go and hide in the room in the dark, doing various tests, and
She'd
then
go off and make a cup of tea. Like, where are you?
no, she'd whilst we're performing the test, she'd regularly just decide to leave the van and come in and see me. So I'm kind of speaking to the ghost, because you got to use like local voice comms, and
Oh yeah.
you can speak to the ghost. If you're saying where are you, it'll be like and it'll say things to you. And if you apparently if you swear too much, I was a bit sweary. Sometimes I'm like, oh shit, that's scary, and she'd be like, don't swear, it makes it angry. And I'm like, oh bloody
In,
hell, I'm sorry.
I'm surprised it's actually that advanced. It actually understands language.
I was again. I was really scrutinizing, trying to figure out things. Let's go to Impala.
I was going to say Impala too. I need to get to
Good,
the church and be cleansed again.
good. It only responds to certain phrases though. So, if you say
Shit can.
"Are you here?" it will respond. But if you just say "here," it won't respond. It needs that full sentence. So there's
Oh
a
my! It's a grammar ghost.
it's a grammar ghost. Yes. Um, But overall, I quite enjoyed it. It's a refreshing change from this kind of game, because I do tend to just play games that just involve shooting and stealthing around and strategy, and it was nice to have play a game that had none of that. It was very different, and I enjoyed it.
So it's like a pint of woodpecker then.
Very refreshing, but you wouldn't want to play it all the time.
Woodpecker. What a refreshing change.
Aye.
Yes, tell you the truth. Lady Dragon Fury actually messaged me just as we started recording, saying if we're free. So busy woman.
Yeah.
We've got shit to do. We've got fans to placate.
Well, we'll get a night with her this week,
Okay, okay.
in the next few days, because it crimbo soon. Not that it really means a lot to many of us anymore.
Well, it means nothing to me because I'll be at work and at home, and
Yeah.
that is it.
Well, I've got the advantage of living just around the corner now, so yeah, it's no longer the event that it used to be. I can now just go to my mum's, spend Christmas Day at my mum's, get drunk, and then instead of having to sleep on the sofa, sharing the sofa with the cats, I just stagger to the next street and go into my own bed.
Of course, it takes you 2 hours. As soon as you see someone, you hide in the bush.
Yeah.
Go, enemy, player, unknown. 1 o'clock.
Enemy soldier, unknown. But
Wouldn't work so well if you actually did it like from the pub to my house, because there's no like bushes or trees to hide in.
No. Too much of the urban jungle.
And plus, the people around here will probably call you out and beat you up for trying it.
What's these weirdos doing?
Yeah, bit of a rough bunch around here. Nothing but thieves and vagabonds. Lots and lots of thieves. The fucking shoplifters that come into my store.
Oh, that's it. You mentioned tackling someone to the ground the other day.
Yeah, that was a bizarre thing. This guy who was clearly a crackhead. He was like say a little bit taller than me, but he was like a scrawny fucker. I was like following him around because it was obvious what he was planning on doing. And he got, he had a full basket of stuff. He got to the front door. I'm like, right then, mate, you going anywhere with that? And he instead of like just dropping the basket or saying, yeah, what do you want? What do you want? He fucking went for me. He actually he lunged at me. He tried to throw a punch, and from my point of view, like it was all just a blur. I don't know, like the fight or flight reactions just kicked in, and the next thing I knew, he was on the floor, and I just had his arm. I didn't even realise I'd done any of it. But I looked it back on the CCTV, and it looks like I'm doing some proper John Wick shit. I was like, "Fuck yeah, I did that on purpose, man. That's my Krav Maga training. That is, yeah. Look at that." So I was well impressed with that, even though really I was probably shitting my kecks at the time.
Well, most people are when they do that sort of thing, especially for the first time.
Well, it's not the first time. I've had to deal with fuckers before, but it's been a while now. And the last time I didn't wrestle him to the ground because the last person I confronted like that, he turned around on me with a syringe in his hand. I'm like, all right, mate. Yeah, you take that shit.
It's all
yours. Take it with my blessing.
Yeah, it's kind of sad how desperate some people are for that sort of thing. I mean, guys to work with mentioned that he worked in B&Q in the distant past, and there was one, well, in fact, regularly, there was a woman who would come into the store, just pick up power tools and things off the shelves, and if anybody confronted her, she'd just pull out a syringe full of red liquid and go, I've got HIV, this is my blood, I'm going to stick you with it if you come anywhere near me.
Yeah,
so
that's shit.
How the hell are you supposed to respond to that? Beyond, okay, off you go, love.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what you're supposed to say. I mean, technically, that's as is the rule nowadays with any kind of shoplifter. We're not supposed to confront them at all, apart from well, not confront them, but we are, allowed to deter them as such, and say, "You're right there, sir. I don't believe you paid for that, and I'm getting shot," and that's exactly what happens.
Especially in your part of the world.
Yeah.
Oh,
you say, right?
It's an AI. He's on the other side of this door.
Yeah. That's exactly what happens. You say, right, sir, and they turn around and fucking try and shoot you with an AK. Happens all the time.
But they don't all go down as quickly as this guy, though.
No. But it does get a bit annoying at times.
Yeah, I remember in... Oh, he got you, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got a load of painkillers here.
Just need to pop some pills, please. Need to surgically remove this bullet from my chest. All good.
Yeah, I recall a couple of years ago there was I was in it was like Aldi or Lidl, one either of those anyway. But there was as I was wandering around looking at my stuff, getting my shopping, there was a guy, trampy looking guy, but he
Right, we better move.
Yeah, I can see that's on its way. Trampy looking guy, but that wasn't the bit that stood out to me. It was the fact that he was stood in front of like the chocolate liqueur section, but he just had that shifty look about him.
Yeah, it comes as a default.
Yeah, and it's like it doesn't really matter what you look like when you've got that shifty look where you kind of just stood in the same spot, but you're looking about at the people around you rather than the product in front of you. You're like, there's something. Yeah, you're up to no good, mate. And because the like the Aldi or Lidl, whichever, I'm sure it's Lidl. The shop is irrelevant, but
It's irrelevant.
Irrelevant. Oh, you got a vehicle, okay. But because of the open plan nature of the particular store, as I was going up and down the aisles, I was just keeping an eye on this guy because I thought, well, when I get to his aisle, I felt compelled to just say something like, "You're right, mate," or "I can see you're up to no good," or just something like that. And
Yeah.
as he was like 3 aisles away from me, and as I got closer to him, he never shifted from that same spot. But by the time I got down his aisle, in fact, I actually saw him as I was on the aisle opposite him grab a packet of liqueurs and stick it in his coat, and I was like, well, that's it, I've seen you do it now. But then he immediately kind of just slowly shuffled off towards the exit, and I went. I actually accelerated a bit. I thought, I'm onto him. I'm going to get him. And like, in hindsight, I'm like, what the fuck were you going to do? Were you going to tackle this guy to the ground or something? I'm just a civilian wandering around the shop. But
it's a bit like that. One of the scenes out of one of the later Only Fools and Horses, where Rodney's chasing that guy that's stolen their briefcase. And he chases him down in the he corners him in this garage. He's like, "Yeah, I've got you now." And then he's like, "Fuck, what do I do now?" And then runs away.
Yeah, that's probably what I would have done. Like, I've got you now. I don't know. I haven't planned this far ahead. I was hoping you're just going to drop your stuff and run, but you're just standing there. But I slowly accelerated towards him as he was going towards the exit, and he got to the exit, and then I saw one of the store staff, he looked like a manager or something, start fast walking towards him. I was like, right, he's been pinged, he's going to get got now. And then the manager guy just walked straight past him and went out into one of the staff rooms, and I'm like, oh. So, and then this guy, because he clearly clocked this bloke walking towards him, he must have froze there, but when he realised the fella just ran straight past him, he was like, right, I'm out now, and just walked out the entrance. I was like, oh, well, that's that then.
We've got a manager, he's a bit like that, he's an all-natural coward. He won't even confronts like school children, which is a sad state of affairs. He's scared of even small children like fessing up to him.
Well, I don't know, man. School kids these days, they might only be like 10 years old, but they'll probably still stab you.
Yeah.
Remember your face and decide that they're gonna get you later when you walk home.
Yeah, cut a new hole in your ass.
Yeah.
And fuck it.
It's just not worth it half the time.
No, getting fucked in the ass very rarely is.
Well, unless pegging's your thing. Vehicle.
Oh, fucking hell, it's the SJWs again. Alright, I'm sorry, talking about ass fucking again. What the fuck, man? You won't give me a break.
Indeed, that was foolish. Who's this? Is that you? No, it's his mate. He's below you, directly below you in the house. Come up the stairs. No, he's in the doorway directly below you. He's now he's up the stairs. Now he's up the stairs.
I was doing all John McClane there as well.